Why do some people go back to the ones who hurt them? It can happen in any relationship, but it's most visible in romantic ones. No matter what they do, you go back to them again and again. Even your friends can see it. They look at you and say, "Can't you see what they are doing to you? And you deserve better." And deep down, you know it too. But something about them pulls you back in, like a magnet that you can't resist, like quicksand. You try to get out, but every time you try, you sink deeper. Why? Because there are emotional hooks, invisible hooks that keep you attached despite the pain. And these hooks live in your nervous system, your memories, your unmet needs. Usually, there are 4 kinds of hooks that keep people stuck in these cycles. Hi, I'm Gayatri Arvind, founder of Abasa Rehab and Wellness. We offer residential rehabilitation for people suffering with addiction, mental health disorders, eating disorders, and chronic conditions. Over the past 6 years, we have helped over thousands of people reclaim their lives through personalized care. Through this channel, we share practical wisdom to empower your mental health. Hook 1. A known devil. There is something called survival memory. It's the memory your nervous system forms from past emotional experiences. Unlike a regular memory, it doesn't store facts, it stores patterns. Let's say you grew up in a home where love wasn't steady. Some days your parent was warm, other days they were distant, angry, or just emotionally checked out. So, love never felt simple. It felt like something you had to earn, wait for, or tiptoe around. And without realizing it, your brain learned this is love. It connected love with anxiety, silence, or uncertainty. Now, as an adult, when someone treats you the same way, hot one day, a cold the next, ideally, your brain should say, "This isn't safe, let's not go back." But instead, it says, "This feels familiar, this is love." Because to your brain, the known devil feels safer than the unknown angel. It knows how to survive the pain, the pattern, the push and the pull. That's survival memory. It doesn't pick what's healthy. It picks what feels familiar so it can process the emotion the way it always has. And that's how the hook forms. But the truth is, familiarity is not love. Familiarity is a hook. Hook 2. One more time syndrome. Sometimes you're not going back because you still want them. You're going back because something inside you feels unfinished. They left suddenly, no closure, no answers, no honesty, just confusion, silence, and pain. So your brain thinks, maybe if I go back one more time, this time they'll explain. This time it'll make sense, and this time I'll finally feel enough. Your brain is trying to complete the story. In psychology, it's called repetition compulsion. That is, when you've been hurt in the past, your brain keeps trying to replay that story again and again to get a different ending. This hook is strong because your mind hates open wounds. It wants something to explain the hurt. See, you may think you are going back for love, but actually you're going back for answers. But some people will never give you that because they don't take responsibility, they don't reflect, they don't own the hurt they caused. And the longer you wait for them to give you answers in peace, the longer you stay in confusion. If you are in this hook, what you are basically doing is you are trying to reopen the same wound again and again, hoping it will hurt less this time. You heal when you stop asking them to close the story and give yourself your own closure. Hook 3. The sweet spot trap. Let's be real. They weren't good to you all the time, but once a while, they were everything. They said the right thing, made you feel seen, special, like you were the only person in the world. And in that moment, it felt real, safe, even magical. That's the sweet spot. And your brain remembers it. So, when things feel cold, confusing, or distant, your mind says, "But what about that day that made me feel loved?" One kind message, one warm moment, one "I miss you" text after days of silence, and suddenly you're pulled right back in. This is not weakness. This is how the brain works when it's chasing unpredictable rewards. In brain science, it's called variable reinforcement. You don't know when love is coming, but you know it might someday, somehow. So your brain gets hooked on the maybe. It's like gambling. You don't win every time, but when you do, the high is intense and you keep going back again and again because maybe this time you'll win. That unpredictability becomes addictive. You don't just love them, you crave them. And that craving, that's the trap because now you're not waiting for love, you're chasing your next high. Hook 4, the missing feeling. This is where almost everyone gets trapped. More than a fight or a break or even a breakup, the silence after that hurts more, right? The waiting, the nothingness, that really breaks you. You feel restless, you can't eat, you check your phone, you pace around, you feel empty, like there is a hole where they used to be. That's not just sadness, that's withdrawal. The thing is, your brain was used to getting emotional highs from them, like a message, a hug, their attention, their presence. Even if it came with pain, it still gave your system something to hold on to, right? And when they disappear, the chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin that made you feel connected suddenly crash down. And so your body begins to react, just like withdrawal from alcohol. You start missing them. But if you look closer, you're not missing the person, you're missing the feeling, the safety, the validation, the hit of connection. And because your system is in panic, your brain starts screaming, bring them back. I can't feel okay without them. I can't live without them. That's the hook. And it's one of the most dangerous ones because it doesn't feel like a choice. It feels like survival. You're going back to them again and again because your nervous system doesn't know how to live without the feeling they gave you. And the longer you stay in that cycle, the harder it becomes to tell the difference between pain and love, between craving and connection. Now, maybe you saw yourself in one of these hooks, or maybe in more than one. Sometimes you're caught in all four at once, and that's why it feels impossible to walk away, and why you keep going back even when it hurts. If you want to stop, the first step is awareness. Just pause and ask yourself, which hook is pulling me right now? That one question can change everything, because when you become aware, your brain starts working with you, not against you. Your logical part kicks in, your eyes open, and in that moment, you can stop a massive spiral before it even begins. But if you are thinking, even with awareness, I still can't stop, please know, it's not weakness, it's conditioning. These patterns live deep in your nervous system. And when that's the case, it's not about more willpower, it's about healing the root. And that's where therapy can be life-changing.